Have you ever wondered if that one woman you keep thinking about is thinking about you too? Maybe she lingers a little longer in conversations. Maybe she laughs at your jokes, like they're the funniest thing she's heard all week. Or maybe, just maybe, she finds reasons to be around you for no reason at all. What if I told you there are signs, subtle, almost invisible to the untrained eye, that reveal when a woman is truly into you? And more importantly, what if I told you that your ability to recognize those signs could change your love life forever? Hey there. Welcome to Stoic Truth, where we blend ancient wisdom with modern life to help you become your strongest, most centered self. If you're new here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stick with us till the very end, because what we're about to explore could shift how you see every woman in your life. This isn't just about love. It's about awareness. It's about seeing what others miss. Today we're diving deep into the 10 things women do when they're into you, Stoicism. And we'll start by unfolding the first one, not as a bullet point, but as a lived experience, a story, one that might just feel familiar. Point 1. She finds little ways to be around you without saying a word. Let me take you back to a memory. Not mine, maybe yours. You walk into a cafe. You always go there after work. Same time, same drink. You notice her again. She's sitting 2 tables away like she was yesterday. And the day before that, she's reading something, pretending to. But every now and then her eyes wander to you. You don't say anything, neither does she. But something feels different. The energy is charged, silent, soft. She gets up to order another drink, and her path conveniently brings her closer to your table. Again. Now pause. How many times has this happened? Not just in a cafe, but at work, school, the gym. How many times has a woman silently placed herself in your orbit, hoping you'd notice? You see, women often express interest not with loud declarations, but with small, almost invisible gestures. They position themselves in your space, not forcefully, but intentionally. She may ask questions she already knows the answer to. She may compliment something subtle, like your handwriting, your voice, the way you explain things. These aren't random. They're her way of saying, I see you, without saying it aloud. But most men miss it, because most men are too distracted, too focused on chasing, not observing. And that's where Stoicism enters. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Learn to be indifferent to what makes no difference." And in dating, what makes all the difference is presence. A Stoic man doesn't chase aimlessly. He watches. He studies patterns. He listens to the quietest signals. He notices when a woman shifts her behavior just to be near him. Because attraction, when genuine, doesn't scream, it whispers. So let me ask you, was there ever a woman in your life who always seemed to show up? Was she at the same events, the same meetings, the same hallway walks? Did you ever feel like the universe was nudging her into your path again and again? That wasn't fate. That was her. Placing herself in your atmosphere, silently asking to be seen. And maybe you missed it, or maybe you remember exactly who I'm talking about. Here's the truth. When a woman is into you, she doesn't always tell you. She shows you, but not in grand ways, in small, repeated efforts. She's not trying to overwhelm you. She's trying to become a part of your day, a part of your rhythm, and you'll only notice it if you're still enough to see it. So now I ask, who was that woman for you? And what did she do that you only now realize meant so much? Stick around, because the next 9 signs will only go deeper from here. This is your story, whether you realize it yet or not. Point 2. She remembers the smallest details about you. It starts with something tiny. You mentioned once, just once, that your favorite book is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Weeks later, you bring it up again, and before the words leave your mouth, she finishes the sentence for you. Or maybe it was something even smaller. You told her you have a meeting every Thursday at 3 p.m. And then one day, she says, "Oh, I didn't want to message you during your meeting." You didn't even remember telling her that. But she remembered. Why? Because when a woman is truly into you, your words don't just pass through her ears, they take root in her memory. It's the kind of attention that goes beyond politeness. It's emotional investment. It's her way of quietly saying, you matter to me. Think back. Has anyone ever remembered the way you like your coffee? The exact story you told weeks ago about your childhood dog? Your favorite quote? That's not casual interest. That's connection. Stoic wisdom teaches us to pay attention, not to what people say they value, but to what they show they value. If a woman remembers your offhand comments, it's not because she's keeping score, it's because you've become important to her inner world. When a woman is into you, she becomes a student of your life. And if you're wise enough to notice, you'll realize she's not just listening, she's caring. Point 3. She mirrors your energy without realizing it. Have you ever noticed someone adjusting their tone to match yours? Laughing when you laugh, pausing when you pause, or crossing their arms just moments after you did? It's not imitation, it's emotional attunement. And when a woman does it unconsciously, it's one of the deepest signs of connection. You might be sharing a story, calm and measured. She listens, leaning in, mirroring your tone. If you become passionate, animated, so does she. If you slow down, grow quiet, so does she. This is not manipulation. This is chemistry expressing itself through rhythm. Neurologically, mirroring happens when two people feel in sync. Their brains start to mirror each other's emotional states. It's why lovers often finish each other's sentences or feel each other's moods even across a crowded room. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." And in the presence of someone we're drawn to, our soul begins to take on their color. Mirroring is a quiet whisper of affection. It says, "I feel you." So the next time you're around her, slow down, watch. Does she match your pace, your posture, your vibe without even trying? If so, you're not just being heard, you're being felt. And in this chaotic world, that kind of resonance is rare and powerful. Point 4. She seems nervous or giggly around you. Have you ever noticed how sometimes when a woman likes you, she suddenly becomes a little different, maybe a bit nervous, or even giggly, like a schoolgirl seeing her crush for the first time? It's one of those subtle, unspoken signs that can catch you off guard if you're not paying attention. Let me tell you a story. Picture this: there was a man I knew. Let's call him Alex. Alex was a man of calm, steady presence. He carried himself with the quiet confidence of a Stoic, observing the world without rushing to react. But there was this one woman he admired, someone who would make his usually composed demeanor shift, just a little. Whenever she was around, Alex noticed something strange. She'd suddenly laugh more than usual. Her hands would fidget with her coffee cup. She'd glance away quickly, only to sneak a look when she thought he wasn't watching. He could feel the energy change between them, an electric mix of excitement and nervousness. Why does this happen? When a woman is truly into you, her body and mind start responding in ways she can't fully control. Her nervousness isn't just awkwardness. It's a sign that your presence matters to her more than usual. It means you've triggered something inside, something vulnerable but powerful. Now I want you to pause for a moment and think about your own experiences. Can you recall a time when a woman's nervous laughter or shy glances made your heart skip a beat? Or maybe a moment when you saw a flicker of uncertainty in her eyes, but also something genuine, a quiet hope that you might notice her? That nervousness, that giggle, is her way of breaking through the walls we all build around ourselves. It's a rare, honest glimpse into her true feelings before words even form. But here's the twist: many men overlook this sign. They mistake nervousness for disinterest or mistake giggles for mere politeness. They don't realize these moments are gifts, chances to connect deeper, to show kindness and patience. From a Stoic perspective, this is a moment to practice presence and compassion. Instead of rushing to impress or react, observe quietly. Understand that vulnerability can be terrifying, even beautiful. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to be gentle with others' weaknesses as we would with our own. So I ask you, have you ever been the cause of someone's nervous smile? Or felt your own heart race in such a way that you became shy, perhaps even giggly around someone special? Remember, attraction is not always loud and bold. Sometimes it's found in the softness of a laugh, the quick glance, the subtle shift in energy. If you've experienced this, hold on to that memory. It's a sign that real connection was there, waiting, quietly hoping you'd see it. And if you haven't noticed these moments yet, don't worry. They often come when you least expect it, when you're calm enough to observe, patient enough to listen to the small signals. So keep watching, keep feeling, because the next signs will reveal even deeper truths about how women show they're into you. Point 5. She defends you in conversations. Have you ever been in a conversation where someone subtly, or sometimes not so subtly, questions or criticizes you? Maybe a friend, a colleague, or even a stranger makes a comment that doesn't sit right, and then Unexpectedly, you hear a voice rise in your defense. A voice that surprises you, not because it's loud, but because it's there. That voice often belongs to a woman who's quietly rooting for you. Let me share a story about a friend of mine. Let's call him James. James was always calm, a man of reason and patience. But there was this one woman, a colleague, who seemed to be on his side no matter what. Whether it was a debate in the office or a casual chat among friends, she would gently but firmly steer the conversation back to his favor. One day during a team meeting, someone questioned James's idea in a way that felt unfair, almost dismissive. Before James could respond, she spoke up, not aggressively but with quiet conviction. She reminded everyone of James's track record and his thoughtful approach. Her defense wasn't just about the facts. It was about showing she valued him, saw his worth, and wasn't afraid to show it. This, my friend, is one of the most profound signs a woman is into you. When a woman steps up to defend you, it's because she feels connected, deeply enough to protect your honor. Even in the smallest social moments, it's her way of saying, I believe in you, without uttering those exact words. Think back to your own life. Has there ever been a moment when a woman stood up for you, even when it wasn't convenient? When she subtly changed the tone of a conversation, making sure others knew you mattered? This isn't just about loyalty. It's about emotional investment. She's willing to put herself a little on the line because her feelings for you are real. And here's where Stoicism offers a powerful lens. Marcus Aurelius teaches us to value those who support us not just in grand gestures, but in the everyday trials of life. To appreciate those who show their care by defending our character quietly and consistently. Now let me ask you, have you noticed this in your relationships? Have you ever been shielded by someone's silent, steady support? Or maybe you've been that person, silently defending someone because you care. These moments reveal the invisible threads of connection, trust, respect, and genuine affection. So next time you see a woman stand up for you, don't overlook it. Recognize it as a sign of deep unspoken interest. And as we move forward, keep that feeling with you, because the next signs will invite you to look even closer to the questions she asks and the way she seeks to understand your inner world. Point 6. She asks deep, meaningful questions. Have you ever had a conversation with a woman that felt like more than just small talk? Not the usual, how was your day? Or what do you do? But questions that cut deeper. Questions that invite you to share your dreams, your fears, your core. I remember a time when I met someone who at first glance seemed just curious, but soon the questions started coming. Questions that made me pause and think. Questions that made me feel seen in a way I hadn't expected. Why do you believe in what you believe? She asked one evening, not out of debate, but out of genuine curiosity. What's your greatest fear? And what do you do when it shows up? These weren't just random inquiries. They were invitations. Invitations to open up, to trust, to be vulnerable. And isn't that the essence of connection? When a woman is truly into you, she isn't satisfied with surface-level conversations. She wants to know you. Not just the image you show the world, but the real you underneath. She senses there's more to discover, and she's willing to be patient, to listen, to learn. Think back to your own experiences. Has a woman ever asked you a question that caught you off guard, but in a good way? A question that made you reflect on your values, your past, your hopes? Maybe she asked about a childhood memory that shaped who you are, or about a moment when you felt truly alive. Perhaps she wondered about your philosophy on life, love, or even failure. This curiosity is a subtle, powerful sign of attraction. It shows that she's investing emotionally, trying to understand your inner world. Stoicism teaches us the value of deep self-reflection and clarity about who we are. When someone asks meaningful questions, it's a chance for you to practice this ancient wisdom, not just for yourself, but with someone who genuinely wants to listen. And here's something for you to think about. What's the last meaningful conversation you had? Who was it with? Did it leave you feeling closer, understood? When a woman asks these questions, she's telling you something important. Without saying it directly, she wants to be part of your story. She's not just interested in who you are now, but who you're becoming. So as you watch this video and reflect on these signs, remember this. Deep questions are an invitation to vulnerability and trust. They're a bridge connecting two souls. And recognizing this can change how you experience every interaction. Hold on to that thought, because coming up next is a sign that's just as powerful, but often misunderstood. The way she uses her body language to show her interest. Point 7. Her body language speaks louder than words. Have you ever been in a moment where words felt almost unnecessary? Where the way someone looked at you, the way they stood or moved, said everything you needed to know? I want you to think about a time like that. Maybe it was a glance that lingered just a bit too long, a smile that wasn't quite ordinary, or a subtle touch on your arm that made your heart skip. That's the secret power of body language. When a woman is into you, her body naturally opens up. She faces you fully, her feet and shoulders pointed your way, unconsciously signaling she's present, engaged, interested. Have you noticed how she might lean in when you speak, as if she wants to catch every word? Or how her eyes light up, sparkling with curiosity and warmth? Sometimes it's in the smallest gestures, the way she twirls her hair, nervously or playfully, or how she mirrors your posture, creating a silent rhythm between you. These nonverbal cues are ancient signals, almost primal, that speak louder than any "I like you" ever could. And here's where the Stoic mindset is essential. A Stoic man understands that much of communication is subtle. Instead of overanalyzing or rushing to conclusions, he learns to observe deeply, to notice the unspoken language that others miss. Because in love, it's not always the loudest voice that tells the truth, it's the quietest gesture. Ask yourself this: has a woman ever stood just a little closer than usual? Did she find reasons to touch your arm lightly? Did her eyes seem to search for yours even when no one else was looking? Maybe you brushed it off as coincidence, or maybe you felt the electricity, but didn't know what to do with it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Body language is a window into her feelings. It's vulnerable and honest, revealing attraction before words ever arrive. And if you've ever felt confused by mixed messages, a Stoic approach helps you cut through the noise. You learn to trust what her body says rather than getting lost in what she might say. So next time you're with someone you care about, slow down and watch not just her words but her presence. Notice how her whole being responds to you. It's a language spoken in glances, smiles, and subtle touches. And once you learn to listen, you'll never miss the signs again. Hold this with you as we move forward, because the next sign dives even deeper into emotional connection, the way she shares her vulnerabilities with you. Point 8. She shares her vulnerabilities with you. Have you ever noticed how rare it is for someone to truly let their guard down? To open up the parts of themselves they usually keep hidden, the fears, the dreams, the moments of doubt? Think back to a time when a woman shared something deeply personal with you. Not just surface-level small talk, but a story or feeling that revealed a part of her soul. Maybe she told you about a childhood memory that still stings, or a secret ambition she's afraid to chase, or perhaps she confessed a fear or insecurity she's never spoken aloud before. When a woman is into you, she trusts you enough to show those vulnerable layers. It's like handing you a precious key to her inner world, a world she doesn't share with just anyone. And here's what makes it so powerful. Vulnerability creates connection. It's the bridge between two hearts. In the chaos of everyday life, when most people put on masks and play roles, this kind of openness is rare. It's a sign she feels safe with you, that she believes you won't judge her, but will instead listen, understand, and accept. Stoicism teaches us about emotional control, not to suppress feelings, but to master them with wisdom. A Stoic man knows that true strength lies in being present for others, vulnerabilities without flinching, without trying to fix or change them. So when she shares her fears, her doubts, or her scars, it's a silent declaration. I trust you. I feel safe with you. Ask yourself, has a woman ever confided in you something she wouldn't tell anyone else? Did it catch you off guard, or did you feel honored? This is more than just a sign of attraction. It's an invitation to deeper intimacy, a chance to grow together. And the beautiful thing? When she opens up, it often encourages you to open up too. It's a dance of trust and authenticity. So as you watch and listen, don't rush or try to solve her problems. Instead, be the calm presence she needs. Show up fully with empathy and respect. Because in love and in life, it's not about grand gestures, but these quiet moments of truth that build the strongest bonds. Remember this, cherish it, and let it guide you through the next signs we'll explore. Point 9. She mirrors your energy and behavior. Have you ever caught yourself noticing how someone seems to naturally sync with your mood or pace? Maybe when you laugh, she laughs a little louder. Or when you lean in, she leans in too, almost like a reflection of you. This mirroring, this unconscious dance, is one of the most powerful signs that a woman is genuinely into you. Imagine this, you're having a conversation, and you notice she starts using similar words or phrases as you do, or maybe she matches your body language, the way you gesture with your hands, the way you cross your legs, or even how you tilt your head when listening. It's almost like she's trying to say, "I'm on your wavelength. I get you." This subtle echoing isn't just coincidence. It's rooted in a deep psychological connection. Mirroring helps build rapport and trust, making interactions feel smoother and more intimate. When someone mirrors you, your brain releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine, and you feel naturally drawn to them. But here's the thing. Mirroring isn't something people consciously control. It happens when they feel safe, comfortable, and genuinely interested. I want you to reflect for a moment. Have you noticed a woman naturally adopting your rhythm in conversations or social settings? Maybe she copies your smile, your laugh, or even the way you sit. It's her way of silently communicating, "I'm tuned into you. I'm here with you." From a Stoic perspective, this mirrors the ancient wisdom of harmony, of being in sync with the world and with others. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we are social beings, interconnected, and understanding this connection is key to meaningful relationships. So, when you see this mirroring, don't dismiss it as mere habit or coincidence. Recognize it as a sign. She's subconsciously aligning herself with you because she values your presence. It's a quiet, powerful signal of attraction, and if you're wise enough to notice it, it could change how you navigate your relationships. And as we move toward the last sign, keep this in mind. Real connection often happens in these unspoken, invisible moments. Point 10. She makes an effort to understand your world. Have you ever met someone who genuinely wants to know what makes you tick? Not just surface-level stuff, but the deeper layers, your passions, your struggles, your dreams. Think about the times a woman asks questions, not just polite ones, but the kind that show she's trying to step into your world. Maybe she wanted to know why you love your favorite hobby, or she listened closely when you talked about your goals or values. When a woman is truly into you, she doesn't just admire you from afar. She makes the effort to understand the essence of who you are. I remember a story of a man who loved ancient philosophy, the wisdom of the Stoics. For years, he thought no one really cared about his interests, until one woman started asking him about Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca. She didn't just nod along. She read the books, asked thoughtful questions, and even shared her own reflections. That changed everything. He felt seen, valued, and understood on a level deeper than words. That effort on her part wasn't just about learning facts, it was about honoring his inner world and saying, "Your world matters to me." From a Stoic viewpoint, this effort reflects the virtue of philia, deep friendship and connection rooted in understanding and respect. True attraction isn't about surface charm. It's about connection through shared values and empathy. Ask yourself, has a woman ever taken the time to learn about what matters most to you? Did that effort make you feel more connected, more alive? It's not always easy to bridge worlds, especially when interests seem different or distant. But when she tries, she's signaling something powerful. She wants to be part of your journey. And that, in essence, is love, an invitation to be understood, to be accepted, and to grow together. So as you reflect on these 10 signs, remember, love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet, consistent efforts like showing up, remembering, opening up, mirroring, and understanding that build the strongest bonds. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.